Hi there, good afternoon. It's Vanessa Baker here, independent Stamping Up demonstrator in Auckland. And sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. A few things going on. Could someone just let me know in the comments that I have sound before we get started, not like last week? That would be fantastic. I'll just see if I can. Okay, it says I'm live. Just wondering if I've got anybody live with me. I'm having internet issues today, so I've had my phone having to hotspot to my laptop. So now I've got Wi-Fi turned off just in case. So I can't check the laptop. Actually, I might be able to check the laptop if it is working. Let me just pop away. If I do still have Wi-Fi, then it should be showing me. No internet. Well, I have the mic turned on, so let's just hope that there is sound here. So there's a few things happening this month, actually, at Stampin' Up. So I've got a little list here. I said last week that World Card Making Day you could register up until the actual day of the event. That's actually wrong. You need to register by 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's Friday, the 4th. So yeah, by 5 p.m. tomorrow to get that link for the live event that's happening. Another thing that's happening this month is all the kits are on sale, so up to 30% off all the Stampin' Up kits, and that includes two new kits. One is a card making kit with sort of mountain scenes, which is really cool, and the other one is a little notebook that you can use for journaling and scrapbooking type things. Now, see, I've got one person watching. Could you just let me know if I've got sound? That would be really helpful. Just double checking. Another thing happening this month is there's a joining special. And if you are a keen crafter and are wanting to make Stampin' Up do Stampin' Up as a business, then I'd love to have you join my team. There's a joining special on. You can go to my website and click on the join button, and all of the information about the special is there on that page. And now I'll flip the camera around. Oh, it says I have a slow connection. Hopefully that's not going to affect things too much. Okay. Now let me just check my lighting isn't terrible. Not too bad. I'll just zoom in a little bit. Okay. So I just wanted to point out something in the mini catalogue that you may have missed. It's on, what page is it on? Oh, near the front of the book. It's sort of here, creativity made fun and easy. This is a glimpse of it here. And there's some extra product that you can add on for your card bases and banners for your sentiments and things like that, and more ephemera. But the one I wanted to show you is this. So this here is a specialty designer series paper pack, and you get 3 double-sided sheets of pretty paper like we're used to, but you also get 3 sheets, 12 by 12, of these pre-printed and pre-cut imagery. So I yesterday spent some time making some cards using this pack of paper, and it's fantastic. I was only doing, I think it may have been 3 hours, but I felt like it was more like 2.5. I didn't actually time it. And I made 9 different cards. So I did a little reel earlier on showing me just doing this exact thing, just going through these cards. But you'll see how quick 2.5 hours to make 9 cards. That's pretty quick. And they're all individual. There's most of these items, there's just one of each. And so how cool is that, to make all of those cards? And you can use the DSP as well. So you can see I've used some of the DSP here. And this is the pack of DSP. And I've still got a lot of that left. And I've got lots of these die cut, ready to use, pre-printed pieces still to go. Isn't that teddy cute? So there's lots of these frames. There's 4, I think, of those, 3 or 4 frames. And lots of wreaths. I love wreaths. Yeah, I've got to get busy and do some more wreaths. See, I love this one here with the bow. How cool is that? And so easy to create. Just, I've got an embossing folder here, some of the paper, and these elements are both from the paper pack, and I've just gold embossed the words. How cool. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, it's at the front of the catalogue. And really good value too. In New Zealand, this paper pack is $21. So that's pretty amazing value. Right. Now, today's project, I had this idea. Well, I've got an event on Saturday, and where I'm having making some prizes to go for the attendees. And I had this idea to cover a chocolate bar as a prize. So I went and bought, and I wanted to use this beautiful Nests of Winter paper. So I went and bought a lovely Whittaker's chocolate bar, which are fantastic. I love Whittaker's. And I wanted to, so the reason I picked this one is the colour. So I went with this beautiful orange colour because I thought it would coordinate really well with the paper. So to figure out how much paper you need for a chocolate bar, it's pretty easy. You just measure your paper, so your chocolate bar. So it's basically 9 centimetres across. So that's going to be front and back, that's going to be 18. And then you've got your side, which is almost 1. So if we said 20, that'll give us, and then 1 more centimetre for an overlap. So about 21 around. And then I've decided to do it in 3 different patterns. And I sort of played around with how I liked those displayed. And the plan is to rip some of them. I kind of like that ripped look. So this one's going to go at the top. So I'm going to rip it. I'm just ripping a small amount off, ripping it towards me so I get that white centre of the paper showing. And these make really quick little gifts, but it's so much nicer than just putting it in Christmas paper. Not that I don't love Christmas paper. I love all paper, but you know what I mean. This is more handmade. So now that one's going to go at the top, and this green one is going to sit, and I think I'll rip the bottom of the green one. I might rip a bit more off. So I want to keep the bird one intact. Okay, and I've had this wrapped around my chocolate bar, waiting for the time to come to do the video. Okay, so now I'll just quickly put those where I want them and have a look. I'm sort of designing this on the fly. So that's going to be the top. And then do we want a rip at the bottom as well? Do you think we should rip the bottom of the paper? I've wrapped that around there, that's an idea. Actually, this ripping is mostly going to be covered. So I might rip the bottom as well. And actually the bottom's quite a bit longer than what I need, so I'll rip a decent piece off there, and we can go up and down with the ripping. There's no whole birds left on there, so I won't keep that piece. Okay, so now I'm going to put all my pieces together. I want to make sure that it's still going to cover most of the chocolate bar. I want a little bit of orange poking out at the bottom and at the top. So they're kind of going to go like that. So I think I'll just attach these 2 together first. And I'm going to use tear and tape for this. So it's just overlapping by about 1 centimetre. I'll just put some tape along there. The right edge. Yes. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Right, so pull that off. Okay, so that's my top. And this one's going to attach. Oops. Now the only thing with tear and tape is you only get one go. And you should be very careful to get that off again. Right. Because my paper has been folded around the chocolate bar, it's a little bit harder to work with. Right. Now we can attach, we just need to lay that on here again, just to make sure where we attach this one. So it looks about 3 or so oh look, it's right. So if I do it so that is just showing a peak, like a little peak of that section, we should be fine. So if I do it here, and tear and tape is great because you can just rip it with your fingernail. No scissors required. Okay, so this one is going to go over the top and be about that much of that layer showing, like that. Right, that's about right. Awesome. So then if we, just wondering the best way, I might actually do some scores at 9 on that, just to make sure we've got a nice fold. You can wrap it round the bar, just wrap it round, but I like the front to look really crisp. That's my preference. So I'm just going to kind of, oh, if I line that up there, I know that that's straight, and then I can do a straight line here. And then if I use that straight, oh look, it's exactly at 9.5, which is perfect. How is that? So choose one of these bars and it's easy. You can do it with any size chocolate bar, of course. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold. I can find that score line. Yes. Just going to fold on that score line. And then just to make sure, I'll put it on the chocolate bar. It's a little bit, so if I want it tight, it's actually that the score line is a little bit out, so I'll just ignore it and wrap. You can just use your bone folder on the edge there like that to give you a crease. Pretty amazing tool, the bone folder. Right, so now we need to connect the two at the back. Actually, I could almost, oh no, can't make that the front. Tear tape, here it is. So I've got that one wrapping over, so I'll put my tape, I think, on that edge. So if you're watching this and you're coming to Craftable on Saturday, you could choose this as a door prize. I'll only have the one, I'm afraid. I had some other prizes, so there's only one chocolate bar. So there might be a fight over it, who knows. Right, so just join that around. And now you have a prettily decorated front. And I've chosen a shape. Now, what is that pack called? It's the Spotlight on Nature dies. So you've got all of these different circles, and some have these little, almost like a sun ray coming out. And then you've got this sort of dot dash, and then you've also got this floral one, and they're in different sizes in there. So I've chosen the one with the flowers. I thought that sort of went with my design here. And I'm going to put that, I think, on flat. Yeah. Bit of glue. And I have already stamped and die cut my decoration. I'll just zoom in a bit and I'll just colour that in using my good old favourites. So this paper's got garden green. However, we don't have a garden green blend. I think there's some colours that the formula doesn't work or something, but there is the odd colour that there isn't a matching blend for. But this colour is also in the paper, in this pattern, so I figured shaded spruce it is. And I love shaded spruce. I think it's such a Christmassy green. Okay, so I've just coloured those, and then I'll just add a bit of detail. Welcome along if you're joining me live. Lovely to have you here. Now we'll do these other leaves in the same colour. Gosh, I feel like I've been doing a lot of colouring on here lately. But it's super fun. Just adding my dark bit of shading there. Just following those lines that Stampin' Up! Give us in the design. And I'm just going to come back in with the lighter one and just blend that join. Oops, lighter one. I couldn't believe it when they announced all of these things happening on Tuesday. They announced it all. Like, I've got to go to work. I haven't got time to do posts and tell everyone what's happening. So I've done a bit of that today. Right. Now, I've chosen cherry cobbler for my berries. I think it matches the red that's in the paper. I was going to use one of the birds from the paper. I haven't die cut a bird yet from the paper. And I went ahead and did that, but I'll show you. He was a little bit red, I thought, for my orange chocolate bar. Just wasn't quite working. So I've got him cut out now to use on another project. But that came straight from the designer series paper. So again, it's like those a little bit festive that I showed you before. It's really easy. Can't go wrong when you can just cut things out of the paper, and it makes it super quick. Okay, so I'm just putting a little dark bit where the stalk of the cherries come out from, that little dip. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of, bring out the browns a little bit. This is pecan? Yes, pecan pie. And with these slender leaves like that, I'm just going to do the one colour. You can choose either the dark or the light. I think those are a little bit small for doing any blending on. I might have the dark one here. Yes. So tomorrow I will send out the recording of this with the tutorial. So I'll have all the measurements for the chocolate bar that I've covered. And I'll also give you tips on how to measure for your, if you choose a different sized chocolate bar. The main thing is to allow it to go around the corners and also to have something to join the back. Right, pretty happy with that. Okay, so we'll take our little birdie away. Plan to put that at the top. Oh, I forgot. I was going to put those under the circle at the top. I think we could probably tuck them in because I didn't put the glue right on the edge, so we can just lift that slightly. These are in Garden Green, and they're from this die set that goes with the Winterly Treetops stamps. Okay, now I'm thinking I probably just want to keep this quite flat, I think. Just put some glue on there. I might just come out a wee bit. Now, the other thing I did is I took some of the pine cones from the paper and just fussy cut them out. And this one here was actually on the edge of the paper. So I thought, well, I can use that because I can overlay that one over the top. So I'm not wasting that little pine cone. So that's my plan. And I also cut out this little sprig, very Christmassy sort of little berry there, and some ferny type greenery. So that's my decoration. Oh no, I've forgotten to stamp. I've got to stamp words on there. Okay. This is definitely a live video. Right. So I was going to show you how I mount. So I've got the set, which I think I've shown you, Greetings of the Season. And all of these words here are separate. So if you prefer to say Happy Christmas, you can do that. Or if you like Merry Christmas, you can do that. Or Happy Holidays. So that's really useful. But each one is separate. So the way I make sure I try and get them straight. So you can stamp each word separately, but that's also tricky to get straight. So I just use a piece of grid paper, and I'm trying to get the main part of the word lined up. So I've got my E-R-R-Y, the tops of those letters going along a line, and then I'll do the same with Christmas here. So this time I'm using the bottom of the line because I've got the big C and the big M in the tail of the Y. So you don't want to get a little bit tricky to not get confused with those other bits, and just to find something that's kind of straight to line it up with. And then I also, when I'm attaching my block, try and line my block up with the edge of the paper, one of the lines in the grid paper, so that it's fairly straight. Okay, and then I'm using copper clay. And now I'm going to very carefully, I hope this will work, stamp my Merry Christmas. Fingers crossed. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Right. Try and do that before you put your circle on the chocolate bar, would be my advice. I was lucky this one doesn't have those big sort of indentations in the chocolate. Okay, now we can sort of see where we're going with the other pieces as well. Don't need that now. Okay, so I've got some more greenery. Come on, glue. And I'm going to sort of cover up this main piece here with the berries with my other pieces. Oops. Just kind of adding some extra layers. And I think I'll put this one on next, and then the pine cones last. A little bit fiddly with these small pieces. That's my half pine cone. And then I'm going to cover that cut edge with the other one. Should have probably used a glue dot. It would have been just as good. Okay, pop that there to cover that side. Yeah, I think that's quite cute. A few layers happening, and we could have put maybe a bit of the twine. This comes with the, if you get the Nests of Winter Sweet, you get the pack of twine. But I think that's good, what I've done there. Liking that. Oh, now I do have the embellishments, so we could put some of those on. Looking at that, trying to decide, do I do this pecan? It's either pecan or, oh, it doesn't say on there. Not sure if it's pecan or copper clay. Looks a bit more pecan to me, but they're very sparkly, very pretty. Where are we going to put them? Oops. So you can see I just use my fingers to pick them up. Maybe one on the paper. Oh, we've got different sizes here too. I've got a small one, so perhaps we'll do our little triangle. A small one there, and a larger one by the Merry. So we're drawing attention to the Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's really pretty. Looks like it's going to be quite a quick video today. Oh, can I get that back in the packet? We'll come back to that. Right, so that's my decorated chocolate bar. And what flavour did we have? It was Gisborne orange and hazelnut and creamy milk chocolate. But like I say, I chose it not for the flavour, but for the packaging. So I knew I wanted to use this paper, and it's got these beautiful orange birds. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. And like I say, I'll be sending out the tutorial on email to all of my subscribers. That normally goes out on the Friday. I do have an event this weekend though that might derail that, but I will do my best to get it out to you. And I look forward to crafting with you again next week. Thanks for watching.